Hey guys, welcome to another Darth Microtransaction video here. This one is actually going to be talking about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and at the end we have some additional stuff I'd like to mention. Now, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you guys haven't seen me doing content on lately. It's been a month since I've had a video out on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and many people have been asking me, hey, DM, are you ever planning to go back and cover this game? Could you at least go back and give me some thoughts, opinions, feedback on what's currently going on for the game? And yes, sure, I can do that. So today, this video here is one, me giving you thoughts, feedback on what's currently going on. Two, looking at General Skywalker, because I've only very briefly looked at his kit, so I'll give you just my initial impression on that. And three, telling you kind of what's going on with me. You guys have probably seen not as much content in the last month, and you've probably seen me being a little down lately. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Not in detail, just we're going to kind of talk about me, the channel, and a little bit of an update here. Okay, so let's talk Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Now, if I click on the mail here, you're going to notice I'm rank 1058 or whatever. I basically don't play the game anymore. If you look at my squad arena, what I did before I quit is I just went on in and dropped in my Geonosians, and I dropped all the way down to the very bottom. Now, if we look here, everyone's got these Relic 7s, okay? And Relic for me was probably the tipping point. It wasn't the thing that made me quit, but it was the tipping point for me when it came to a very solid realization of how I feel about this game. And I'm going to do my best to explain that to you now. Now, when I was playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes originally, I think what drew me to the game and what draws me to every single gacha game I end up playing is appealing to the characters and really liking the characters. For instance, I was working on my Geonosians because I think they just look cool, sound cool. The mottos are fantastic. They're also, the kit was cool with the way the hive mind worked. And, I've always liked bugs and Zergling and, and stuff like that. So I was working on these guys. That's how I am. For the most part, I like the characters and I pick on characters. That's why Wampa's still my favorite character in the game. And I wanted to fully max him out. But much like the Geonosians, I was working on him and Relics came out, okay? And when Relics came out, I had 3 of my bugs at Gear 13 and I was 2 away from them being fully Gear 13, and then Relics come out, okay? Which means now I got to do Relics as well. And normally it's like, well, that's no problem. You're already Gear 13, just finish the Relic. I understand, okay? My issue is this, is that it seems like every single time I make progress or I get the new team that I want to work on, every single time I get extra time to work on something on the side, my entire roster gets devalued and I have to go back, work on my entire roster because during that time I'm working on something else. They come out with another gear level, another relic, they come out with new ability, whatever. Okay, whatever it is that they're going to come out with next, 17,500 GP requirements and events, things of that nature. Anytime that stuff happens, it basically is them saying, hey, tap you on your shoulder. You're not allowed to work on that anymore. You have to go work on the characters you've already worked on once again, because now the content we're adding into the game isn't really new content. It's the same content, just more of it on people you've already done that same content on. Now, there's an argument to be made that the gear tiers and things like that are 100% necessary because of new territory battles, new PvE content that's harder, more difficult. For me, that doesn't make any sense at all, because if you came out with a new raid, you could just scale it to Gear 13. You don't have to scale it to Gear 13 relics. That seems a little weird. Now, I understand that they're like, well, the relics add power to the ships and we want to do a ship raid. Okay, just make the ship raid weaker. Like, why do we now have to go Relic 7 all of our pilots for the ship raid? Which I guarantee you that's what's going to happen, okay? There's probably going to be a GP requirement even getting into the ship raid, knowing how things are going. Now, that is the stuff that started to piss me off, basically, is I felt like I was more and more decided on what I'm going to be focused on if I wish to be relevant than being allowed to focus on what I want. I mean, if you compare videos that I do now in Raid Shadow Legends where it's just like pack openings or me working on particular characters because I like them and then putting a video out on that character, as compared to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes when I was very heavily doing Star Wars videos, and every video I did for the most part is here's the newest thing coming out. Here's either A, my opinion on it, B, the power level of it, C, how it plays against other characters, things of that nature. It's basically news updates and showing you guys the latest, greatest. And while the latest, greatest is actually very good for content creators because it's constantly a new level of hype on the next thing, it's not great for somebody who honestly wants to enjoy the games we're playing. Now, mobile games is kind of a weird thing, and a large portion, and I'm telling YouTuber secrets here basically, but the large portion of the reason that mobile gamers do mobile games is because ad revenue is significantly higher on mobile gamers. I mean, if you're playing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and making videos on Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, I'm making, 5 to 1 what I would do if I was just a vlogger walking around posting pictures of my daily hair care. Like, no one really cares about that stuff. Advertisers don't really care about that stuff and they pay you less. So for that reason, mobile games tend to be something that if I was really, really, really into the whole big on YouTube making money thing, I'd still be with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes riding the hype train with every new event coming out. Unfortunately, I kind of have to not be angry at the game I'm playing in order to enjoy it. And I am kind of getting past the emotions of Star Wars and everything and kind of seeing it just for what it is. And the less I get emotionally invested in the game, the more I realize the game is becoming less and less healthy for the user base. This is just all my personal opinion, okay? There's a lot of people out there that believe relics are actually good for the game and free-to-play friendly and all. Yeah, that's fine. You're welcome to your opinion. This is my channel, so I'm going to give my opinion, right? And personally, in my opinion, I think the game is becoming quite unhealthy. And so it's been hard for me to make videos. Now, what am I going to do now? I mean, if you've been following the channel primarily, and you've been seeing people like Mick Mull out there who are quitting Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and you're probably wondering, okay, well, where are they going? What are they going to do? And there is other things out there for us to do. Now, obviously, like I'm saying, you probably want to stay in the mobile game genre if you're a mobile game YouTuber. 1, because that's what your audience plays. 2, because you get paid for it. And 3, I mean, that's what you're already familiar with, right? I mean, by you, I mean me, the YouTuber here in this scenario. It's what I'm already familiar with. It's what I'm good at. So I'm staying with mobile games. Plus, my name's Darth Microtransaction. I mean, it fits too well. So I'm staying with mobile games. Now, as far as what mobile games is Darth Microtransaction going to be playing and what does that look like in the future, I would like to stay with Star Wars related mobile games. I am a Star Wars fan. That being said, there's a lack of those recently. So in the meanwhile, before a new something comes out, or Diablo Immortal, or whatever the next big thing we're all going to gravitate towards, I've been playing some other games. Now, I've been playing Raid. You're going to see that on my channel. I'm not going to go into that. If you want to download Raid, I'll have a link in the description. Feel free to. But the one I'm going to mention today is the one that Mick Mull is playing as well. When he quit, he partly got me into it because we've been talking about it. And the other thing is I was actually talking to one of the lead devs over there. And for the most part, I picked my games based upon my interaction with their coordinators from what I've seen. Okay, and that's another pretty good chunk of the reason that I'm leaving Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is the coordination with them is what I would say is terrible. That being said, this isn't a video about throwing shade at CG. It's more about the mobile game. So that is fine. It is what it is. Whereas games like this, Dragon Champions, now open up here so you can see it. I'm just, it's like a world of, just, if you're wondering what this is, I'm not going to go into detail on this video, okay? This isn't a promotion for the game. I'm talking about because McMo was doing it, plus I'm kind of trying it out. Basically, it's World of Warcraft, and it's set in a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes-esque type of game, but done in a less greedy style. I mean, to give you an idea, the pack offers, the marquee packs? That are $10 to $25 in Star Wars. When you get a new character, you can buy the next star level or whatever for $2 in this game. So it's totally different. That being said, it's a free-to-play game too, so you can just play it. I mean, you can just grind the shards. It's like Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. There's an arena system and everything. So if you are interested in a World of Warcraft Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes based game and you want to play with me and join in on my clan, because I'm low level, but I'm going to make a clan, get people in it. I just started the game. Right here, this is actually not even my main account. This is just a tutorial account because I can't get it linked from my Game Center thing here. But yeah, if you want to play it, I'll have a link. They sent me a link, and believe it or not, I do actually get like a kickback or whatever. You know, it's not a sponsored video, but you know, if you do download it, it does help me out. So I'll put it at the very top. Click the button. It only work on mobile, so if you're on your phone, it'll work. If you're on your computer, you have to go on your phone and click on the description to download it. But download through the link. That way I get paid. All right, guys. I love you guys. As far as ending this video out, I want to close on some Star Wars Galaxy Heroes points here. And first and foremost, I'm not 100% done making Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes videos. I'm probably going to be doing something every 1 to 2 weeks now. I'm going to be starting back up with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, actually not declining, which is weird, but the videos aren't really going to be me playing the game. I think I'm going to do like the WellPod news recaps and kind of just recap the game, recap what people are going over, and news updates. I'm not even going to play the game, I think. I'm just going to try to provide you guys information if you're interested in that. Okay, guys, I love you. Yeah. I want to say thanks for supporting me all this time. I mean, these Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes people, you guys, the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes people, I mean, you're the core of the channel. I mean, you guys started it. Without you guys, there would be no channel, you know? So, thanks. You know, and I gotta say, a large chunk of you guys follow me. Like, surprisingly large chunk of you guys have been following me through all the games I play. So, huge shout out to you guys. And I love y'all. Shout out to my patrons for the constant support. I've had patrons that have been supporting me month after month after month since the beginning. And I know I was supposed to kind of talk about General Skywalker and the hard times and stuff, but you guys can catch me on the stream if you want to know what's going on. I don't really think I want to get emotional on this. So I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.